Well, Brian, Melvyn, welcome to Pride
you.
Park Stadium. Great to have you both here. I think the easiest thing to do is to get you to explain why people may recognise you and where they know you from, if you wouldn't mind.
We appeared on Race Across the World Series 5 and absolutely enjoyed it, and we're absolutely amazed at the reaction we have from the British public.
Yeah, even walking here today, wasn't it? We've just got off the train from Burton and we've had two people just come in and stop us and say, nice to see you and brilliant, and I hope you have a great time, and we love the show. One
lady actually said, we cried when you lost. So you should have seen what we were doing.
Yeah, we were a bit annoyed as well when we lost, but it's been race across the world was brilliant. It was we were just talking about it actually when we were walking down to Pride Park. We did a little video clip on our way to a Derby Ipswich game, which was the video that got us selected for Race Across the World.
Yeah, we were told that we had to do a kind of face-to-face video. You know, like in the olden days it was a Last Smith and Jones, they had a face-to-face joke. We said, no, let's do something a little bit different. And we just left the bar opposite and walked down and we were just filming. We were just doing a selfie, talking about the football match, and that's what caught the guy's eye. And we obviously...
It was 18 months later, wasn't it? It was 18 months later we had the phone call to say, do you want to come up and give it a go? And then it took another year or so before it was
then, of course, when you get the phone call, you think, no, you're joking. You're taking the mickey, aren't you? But
it was great. And the experience of race... was fantastic. China, Nepal, India. We made it to the end, which is the main thing.
Yeah.
And I know you've told this story before, but how do you end up on a show like that? Whose idea was it? Who roped in the other? Because I assume it went that way.
I saw the first series from day one. When it first came out, I used to watch it live and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. And I thought I could do that. So I rang Brian after. I'd asked the wife and she said no, and I'd asked all my friends and they said no, so I thought I'd better ask Brian.
Yeah. And anyway, it was a bit of a joke really.
But you'd never seen the show, had you?
No, I watched it there and then, and I said, yeah, that's fine, never expecting to get into the show. And I think there was hundreds of thousands of people applying.
Yeah.
And it just so happened they were looking for two grumpy men to go on the particular on Series 5. So and now we find ourselves here at the home of Derby County, best football team there is.
Of course.
Let me ask you then about your Derby fandom, because you mentioned the club in the show, and I assume there were a lot more conversations that didn't make the edit.
Yeah, it was. We were on a bus in India, weren't we? Or was it in Nepal?
Oh, the young Man United supporter, yeah.
And we didn't expect it to make the edit anyway, because it was just, we were on a bus for probably 10 or 11 hours, and this chap said, this Indian lad, he said, we're Manchester United supporters. And I think Melv turned around and says, well, we're actually Derby County supporters, a proper football team. And that was kept in. And is now on YouTube and various other places.
Wasn't it?
Picked up.
Yeah, it was picked up. But we're both Derby fans from kids.
From
we used to
4
come
or
in.
5 years of
We
age.
used to come in on the bus from Swadlincote when we were kids and walk across. The baseball ground.
Yeah.
We'd walk past the Lees castings and all that way around past the railway lines.
Stand in the Pop side, the Normanton end.
Yeah.
We were growing up as Derby supporters. The games against Millwall and Leeds.
Oh, they were against Chelsea.
In the way back in the 70s. Oh, they were games of football.
Yeah,
with Franny Lee and Charlie George.
I remember Alan Durban rising at the far post from a corner and burying a header against Bob Wilson. And that is awesome. Vivid in my mind. What a fantastic memory, Yeah. But we've been Derby. Well, you support one football team, don't you?
Yeah. And what's the show and the experience of being on the show done for the pair of you and your relationship?
We speak probably daily now because we've got various commitments and various things. So that has got us a bit closer together. In fairness, before that we were speaking quite regularly about normal things in life, but now it's quite a lot of race stuff. It's nice to get back to normal, if normal is the...
But I feel there's something I did notice about the pairs is we've got a lot more in common than we thought.
Yeah.
It's not just football, and it's not just being brothers who everybody knows we went different ways from early adulthood. But we do have a lot of things in common, really. We kind of figure, you know, we understand the same jokes, if you like. We've got a similar sense of humour.
We do take the mickey out of each other a lot. There's many occasions on the race where little silly incidents that were never shown, where I think the lift in India.
That was funny.
We got into a lift to go up 3 or 4 stories. We were going to do some work, weren't we? And we were carrying all our bags, so we thought we'd press the lift. And this door opens and there's a bloke sitting in the back of it wanting money from us, and money's tight when you're on the race. So we thought, bugger this, we're not going to pay it. So
we ran up the stairs.
So we ran up the stairs.
We pressed the lift button again, and we stood there waiting till he got up there and did the same again.
And then we went up again.
And then we went up and we did the same. But that's what we used to do when we were kids.
He got a bit annoyed, actually.
He did get a bit annoyed
because we were there every time the doors were open, and then we just ran up again.
Funny.
Yeah, it was. That was one of those stupid incidents that we thought was funny. Probably nobody else did, but there you go.
No wonder they never showed it, though.
Gentlemen, thank you for your time, and wonderful to see you here today.